ST 2016. This is interviews, music reviews, and more. This is The Hodder Show.
What is up, everybody? We're rolling audio here today in episode 318 of The Hodder Show. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you so very much for tuning in and clicking that play button on today's episode of the podcast. I got a really fun episode for you today. I do every single week right here on The Hodder Show. I am doing something I really love to do here on the show, and that is the Hodder Show Music Showcase. However, we're breaking down the best of the Hodder Show Music Showcase from 2021. And we have a wide variety of tunes to check out, ranging from progressive metal to rap to acoustic to straight up rock and roll. There's going to be a little something for everyone here on this episode today, and I cannot wait for you guys to check it out. We have 8 killer songs for you guys to enjoy. But before we jump into that, I have to take a second to thank everybody for their support on last week's episode of the show, in which I had a conversation with creator of the Grey Rooms, Mr. Jason Wilson. And that was definitely one of my favorite episodes I've ever done. I'm such a huge fan of the Grey Rooms. I'm such a huge fan of Jason and his work. And, you know, he's really become a good buddy. So it's just so fun when you can befriend the people you have so much respect for and who are really an inspiration to you, if we're going to just, call it like it is. And that was just a lot of fun, and huge shouts to everybody within the Grey Rooms community. The community is so welcoming, everyone in the Discord and all that. I know some of you are listening, so thank you very much. You know who you are. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to check out that episode. And if you haven't checked out my episode with Jason, I implore you to go back and check it out. It is a lot of fun. Even if you aren't a fan of the Grey Rooms, he's just a very fun, charismatic, and hilarious dude. So go check it out. But if you aren't a fan of the Grey Rooms, you should be. Go check it out. The Grey Rooms podcast. Fantastic. And with that out of the way, we're going to jump in head first into this best of 2021 right here on the Hodder Show Music Showcase. Let's get into it. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Hodder Show Music Showcase, maybe this is your first time listening to this kind of an episode here on the Hodder Show, what I like to do is I take a band's album or EP, or even a single in some cases, and I will play it in its entirety, and then I'll do a little bit of a breakdown on it. However, what I started doing last year, which was really fun, was I would actually have the artist on to tell me the story behind the single or the album, or we would do kind of like a track by track breakdown. And that was really a lot of fun, because as someone who is an avid music fan, and a musician, I love music and things of that nature. Obviously, that's one of the reasons I started doing this podcast so many years ago. I thought it would be really cool to have that insight, because as much as it's fun for me to kind of give my thoughts on the song and the lyrics and things of that nature, it's a lot more fun to hear from the actual artists themselves about it. So that was a really fun thing that I started to do about halfway through the year. And you're going to hear me mention that as we go through here. But I have 8 fantastic tracks for you that I think you guys are really going to dig. We have a nice wide variety of music, ranging from prog metal to rap to straight up good old rock and roll to doom, everything in between, man. We got something for everyone on this edition here of the Hodder Show Music Showcase Best of 2021. I hope that you guys enjoy it, because I know I'm going to. And without further ado, I just want to jump in head first. Let's get right to the music. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tell you guys the artist's name and the track, and then we're going to jump into the song, and then we're going to come back and keep going down the list here. So the first track that I'm going to start off with here today is from Uncle Woe. If you're not familiar with Uncle Woe, go check him out on social media. It's Uncle Woe, UNCLEWOE, Uncle Woe. Go check them out. They deserve your support. And we are starting off with their track, That's Not the Sun, which is a mostly instrumental track off of Don't Look Down. But I'm obsessed with this song and the guitar work on it. I think it's a really fun way to start off this list here today. Check out Don't Look Down in its entirety, and you can find out more about Uncle Woe and the album itself on episode 289 of The Hodder Show. So crank it up, guys. This is That's Not the Sun by Uncle Woe. Hell yeah. That's Not the Sun by Uncle Woe off of his latest record, Don't Look Down. And let me tell you, badass stuff. Rain is he's family, but he's also just a badass musician. Everyone he is involved with Uncle Woe are just killers. So huge shouts to Uncle Woe. They definitely deserve your support. Go check them out. And again, that was episode 289 of The Harder Show. If you want to hear the EP in its entirety and learn a little bit more about Uncle Woe. Now, the next artist that I have here for you today is actually this guy who has the same name as me. What the hell's up with that? Harder. It's not me. I remember really quickly, fun story, when I dropped this showcase, it says, Harder, Off My Chest, exclusive listen showcase. I had, oh my goodness, at least 10 people message me. They're like, dude, you dropped an EP and it's rap? And I was like, no, it's not me. It's a guy whose name is Harder, who also has a beard. And it has his roots in Eastern Canada. It's actually from the East Coast of Canada. So kind of funny how that works out. So is my family. But we are not very closely related. There's probably some relation somewhere down the road there. I'd have to imagine maybe. But he is a badass MC. And he dropped a banger of an EP that was a very aggressive and emotional EP, Off My Chest. Some killer tunes on there. And I think that the track you're going to hear, Broken, is a great song to showcase what this EP is really all about. Very aggressive, but very raw and real and emotional. If you want to learn a little bit more about Harder and hear the EP in full, check it out on episode 290. Crank it up. This is Broken by Harder.
Blossom.
I burn the bandwagon before I hop on it. I don't walk the fine line, bitch, I stomp on it. Never let you overtake me, put a stop to it. Cause the tattoo on my chest is just a picture what you should have been, a swallow, bitch. Watch me like a citizen and sit back on your ass while I deliver this shit different. Fuck it, your death is imminent, murdering, but I'm innocent. Cause this is all I got, literally all I got. Bust my ass at work to make music when I get off. I'm just shivering at the thought and I'm making it to the top. Cause why do I chase pain when I already got all the guap? Yeah, whiskey, Henny, and schnapps. Open bottles of pills that don't got no cotton on top. It's the feed for sharing my thoughts. I'm an addict, like it or not. It's based on volume and chasing volume. These tendencies and ecstasies, the lifestyle I live might lead me the ecstasies. What if my nightmares and my dreams are coexisting in my thoughts? In my dreams I chase the fame, but the fame will never be caught. So am I the monster in my nightmares that's leaving me so distraught? I'm chasing the accolades, monster is after me. Yeah, but what if I'm the fame and the nightmare is all I see? So now we've come full circle, I'm living in misery from a dream that I've conceived, but can't find the will to believe. Should I quit this shit right now, grieve the loss of what I've achieved? I'm trying to make it as a rapper and finally get some sleep. I'm not tired, I'm sick of seeing you fucking sleep on me. Into the family at Ibex, when I eat, you eat with me. I've been clocking in the hours and written well overseas. Bitch, I clock at the Atlantic, y'all fuckers ain't touching me. Hell, I'm codependent, fuck it, I need this beat. Like an elastic on your arm, give it a slap to prep for speed. Fuck rapping in halftime, bitch, Super Bowl feature me. Now I'm so fucking cold, my blood's frozen, bitch, I don't bleed. On the outside of my body, tastes copper with every scream. Guess I'm dying on the inside, I hope I don't pass in peace. But now it's funny, all these motherfuckers want us a piece of me. Cause I've been changing up my game and reciting on every beat. Man, I've been down with this shit, y'all scream but take no defeat. Cause it's driving jealousy just from watching these suckers eat and succeed while just sipping lean. Have you listened to these fuckers? Now half them can't even read, but they seem to hold the status. The reason that I compete in the bar I might never reach, and the goals I might not achieve. And I'm scared that I might OD on the passion that I have seen. Yeah, 25-hour days, working 8 days out of the week. And the day that heart is deceased is the day that I get some sleep. And cease feeling so oblique and unsee myself from the street. Like a sure sign of defeat to elite, so conjunction meet myself and I won't suicidal side swipe and leave them wide-eyed. Damn it, my mind is made up. I'm here to just fuck this game up and spit in the face of haters and fake fucks. Let run their makeup. I finally arrived so y'all can expect a pay cut. Motherfuckers.
Guys, that was Broken by Hodder off the Off My Chest EP. Go check it out, episode 290 of the show. You can also find it anywhere you stream your music. Check out Hodder at Hodder Music on social media. Go support him. He's a badass, and he is a killer MC, and he actually drops himself later on in the year. That's also very good, so go check Hodder out. Now, the next artist that we'd have here for you today on the Best of 2021 here on the Hodder Show are... well, the Jailbirds. They're one of the freshest rock bands that have come around in a very long time. I had the pleasure of vocalist guitarist Mike joining me on the showcase that we did for their EP Jungle, and that was the first time really that I had done that. I've done things like that before, but not quite to that extent, and now it's something I love doing all the time. So that was a lot of fun. If you want to hear the EP in its entirety and learn a lot of in-depth behind the scenes about each song in the recording process, go check out episode 296, the Hodder Show Music Showcase of the Jailbirds Jungle featuring Mike Penny. And without further ado, we're going to jump into my favorite track off the EP, I Will Move On. Crank it up. Let's check it out. guys, that was the Jailbirds. I will absolutely bang on the track. Love the guitar, love everything about it. Killer stuff. Go check out the Jailbirds. They deserve your support. And again, that was episode 296. If you want to go check out the EP in its entirety and learn a little bit of a background on the EP, or just go stream it, of course, that is also always optional. Next up, we have longtime Harder Show supporter Ethan Flynn, who dropped a banger of a record this year, The Pumpkin Club. And we're going to hear a song called Now. Now is a groovy and hooky track that is a great opening for this killer album. And I think it fits so perfectly into this little list of songs right here that I was like, I got to throw Now in. Like, I mean, come on. Now we're going to get into it. Haha. Sorry, guys. Couldn't help myself with a lame dad joke. But Ethan joined me to break down the album, and it was so much fun. It's always a pleasure getting to chat with my buddy Ethan Flynn. You can check that episode out. It is episode 296 of the show. I think you guys would really enjoy learning all about this great album. Just like you're going to enjoy this killer track. This is Now by Ethan Flynn off of The Pumpkin Club. Yeah, that was Now by Ethan Flynn off of the Pumpkin Club. Go check that record out. Ethan deserves your support, and that was episode 296 of the show if you would like to learn more about that killer song and the EP. Next up, we have prog metal masters, the mighty Matria, storming the gates with a stellar record entitled Hyperreals. This record is chock full of killer instrumental work and vocals. And the song that I'm going to share with you guys is my personal favorite song off the record, and a song that I would show people. They say, what's this Matria band all about? This is the song I would show them. It's a killer song. It's been stuck in my head all freaking year, let's just be honest. If you want to learn more about the band, go check out their social media, or you can go check out episode 298 of the show. But right now, we're going to check out the badass song Pilgrim by Matria off their record Hyperreals. Let's check it out.
So
right, guys, that was Pilgrim by Matria off their record Hyperreals, which you can go check out again, episode 298 of the show, or you can just go ahead and go stream that. And I'll spell that out for you guys. The spelling of the band's name, Matria, is Maitreya. That's Maitreya, Hyperreals. Go check it out. They deserve your support. Now, my boys in Judgment released their debut EP, Define Alive, this year, and it did not disappoint. And Ev actually joined me to do a track-by-track breakdown and share some stories of their writing process, and there was some really fun and deep stories that he shared about some of these songs. And man, my favorite track off this killer EP is a song that you guys are going to check out right now. A killer look at the dynamics of this band and what makes them such just a stellar artist that you need to keep an eye on. So crank it up. This is Fading by Judgment off their debut EP, Define Alive. Let's check it out.
Behind closed doors, there's so much more that you could even imagine. Lock and key, you'll never see the real me. I'll never let it happen. When you see me on the streets, I'll like to board it in. But the window to my soul, I'm gonna board it in. You'll never look into these eyes. Would you like it even? Let's go just for a little bit. But you know I'm legit, I'm just trying to do it dead. I won't let anyone inside again. I'll just keep this to myself. The lights are and I'm still stuck inside, but I can't seem to break outside my mind. The skies are vacant, and I'm still stuck inside, but I can't seem to break outside mine. Trapped behind these bars, metal made of scars. Now I think that it's just my babies. I'll just keep this to myself. I feel safe with no. If I lose it, I'm ready in my chest. The lights are fading, and I'm still stuck inside, but I can't seem to break outside my mind. The skies are vacant, and I'm still stuck inside, but I can't seem to break outside mine. You don't know what goes on inside. If you could only see the breaking of my mind's what's breaking me. You don't know what goes on inside. If you could only see
right, guys, that was Fading by Judgment off their debut EP, Define Alive. Go check Judgment out on the social media. They deserve your support. And if you want to hear that episode with my man, Mr. Ev Gallows, you can go ahead and check out episode 302. I think you guys really enjoy that conversation. Just like I think you guys are really going to enjoy this next song that you're going to hear. This year, there was a lot of firsts on the Harder Show. And one of the coolest things that I did was I had on Harder Show regular Mr. Chris Ouch for a brand new segment entitled 5 Questions With. Now, this was a timing thing, but it turned out to be this really cool thing that I did a couple more times this year. And it's something I'm definitely going to be doing coming into the new year now here in 2022. And for you guys who don't know, Chris's project Dragged is a badass band that he does. It's a fully solo band that he does. And he dropped a brand new single in kind of a new style, which was really fun. And it was something he wanted to do for a long time. The Outset is a killer tune that I have honestly had on repeat all freaking year. And having Chris join me to answer 5 questions about the song and the video was so much fun. So go back and check that episode out. It definitely deserves your attention. Chris deserves your support. Go ahead and check him out, Dragged Faction on the social media, and go ahead and check out Dragged Core on Instagram. And crank it up, because right now we're going to check out this banger of a song. This is The Outset by Dragged.
Oh shit. Where do you want me to start? I guess this is the beginning. Seems like a haze of days when the rain is not stays. We took revive with cheap dimes on the rocks as gospel. But I'm a good man that never missed the mass. Brought down by yes, at the hands of God. I only knew salvation from the bottom. Take it, take it, take it, take it. I shot, but I'm still standing, and I swore the T-bones in a place called John. The world only spins from dawn till dawn. Strike of 12, but we're just getting started. What happens now? What happened then? There goes the tech leading to where I won't make it back. The great quest was never quiet as the bird ruled the lungs. As I sit here, I count one hand the amount of times I recall where you lived. Seems like a stone throw from a stone memory. I can remember the last time I was warm. 'Cause raisins only cut snow, darling. The world only spins from dusk till dawn. Strike of 12, but we're just getting started. What happens now? What happened then? You've heard about. You've heard about.
yeah, guys, that was The Outset by Dragged. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Absolutely love that track. Be sure to go check out the 5 Questions with Chris Ouch from Dragged. That was a lot of fun to do, and Chris deserves your support, so go check him out on the social media. Last but absolutely not least, we are joined by my boy, Mr. Matt Lane of A Chat with Matt fame, also a badass solo artist. And it was my last showcase of the year, and we definitely ended off on a really great note because Matt joined me to do a breakdown of the incredible songs off this EP entitled Songs I Play in the Dark. It was a really deep and cathartic episode that was one of my favorites of the year, and to really encapsulate what I love about this EP, you really got to go check out the episode. That was episode 305. It's a great listen, and Matt was so candid and just really bore his soul for us on that episode, and I can't thank him enough for that, because that's the reason I love doing this. That's the reason I love doing these episodes, is for episodes like that were just so, I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying that he said afterwards he really felt good about a lot that he was dealing with at the time. So it was wonderful to hear from me, man. And Matt's a good friend, and I love his music. And you're going to hear my favorite song off of the EP, and the song is entitled Dance with the Devil, or DWTD. And it's an incredible tune. And I think it is very fitting to close out this list of my best of Hotter Show Music Showcase for 2021. So crank it up. One more time, guys. This is Dance with the Devil by Matt Lane off of his EP, Songs I Play in the Dark.
Inside of me, but all I know is I can't sleep. Holding me awake all night, making me wanna run from a fight. That's not me. And dance with the devil again, losing my head and again. Dance with the devil again. Dance with the devil again, losing my head and again. Dance with the devil again, yeah. Dance with the devil again. I know where to see. My destiny is fading beneath the light of the golden ring. I am losing everything inside of me. I feel the disease creeping and crawling its way out of me. I don't know where I'm meant to be. Now you're here with me. And dance with the devil again, losing my head and again. Dance with the devil again. And dance with the devil again, losing my head and again. Dance with the devil again. 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 Dance with the devil. With the devil again. Dance with the devil again. Dance with the devil again.
All right, guys, there you have it. That was Dance with the Devil by my boy Matt Lane off of his EP, Songs I Play in the Dark. Go check it out. Again, that was episode 305. If you want to have a really enjoyable listen of just some really deep and really, really beautiful sentiments in that episode, man. And again, can't thank Matt enough for being so candid on that episode. And thank you very much to everybody for the support from 2021 for the Hotter Show Music Showcase. The point of the Hotter Show Music Showcase is to do everything that I can to get some eyes and ears on some of these killer artists here in Canada and Ontario and all over the world, really. I have bands from all over the world on it, but of course, Ontario, Canada, it's my home, so that's where I like to kind of focus my efforts. But we did have an East Coast rapper on there, so you never know how far we're gonna reach here on the Hotter Show Music Showcase. Big shouts to everybody involved with that. I'm gonna have some links down below. Well, at least I'm gonna try to. Sometimes it's a little tricky to put the links down below because of the way that Anchor kind of does their stuff, but I will do my best. Go check out all those artists, man. They're all friends of the show, and they all deserve your support. And thank you so very much for the support. It means the world to me. I seriously cannot express to you guys how much I appreciate you listening, especially if you're still listening. Like, you're seriously the best. If you're still listening right now, send me a message right now on social media. Right now. Tell me, TJ, I'm currently listening to the end of episode 318, and I'm messaging you because you told me to. If you message me, I will send to you a Hotter Show Music Showcase sticker. I will do that. I will mail that to you. So if you're listening, message me. Not only will you probably make my day, but I'll send you a sticker. I got them. I'm looking at them right now. They're awesome stickers. My boy over at J Bridges Alert sent me. Big shouts to Jason, and I'll send them over to you. So thank you very much for all the support. And if you want to support the show even more, take a second and go on the old Spotify or the Apple Podcast and leave a rating. 5-star ratings really help the show grow, and I could always use more growth here on the show. As much as it's not something that I like to obsess over because I like to just have fun here, it is something to be mindful of. And, as this show grows, more people can check it out. It allows me the opportunity to have bigger guests on and potentially do more here on the Hotter Show. And if you're looking to do a little bit more than that to help support the show, consider checking out the Hotter Show Patreon. That's right. Back on the old Patreon, patreon.com/the Hotter Show. We're shucking and jiving over on the Patreon. I have a goal of $30 a month that I want to hit. Once I hit that goal of $30 a month and the first payment comes out, I am going to go ham on content for the freaking Patreon. I'm going to do a Patreon exclusive podcast. That's going to be like an actual podcast, not like what I did before where I did like a podcast from my car. No. I'm going to do something. I don't know what yet. I have some ideas, but it's going to be something you cannot hear anywhere else. And I'm going to do my damnedest to make it not only great content, but stuff that you're going to want to check out because, yes, obviously there's going to be stuff I'm just not going to talk about on the show regularly that I will talk about on the Patreon. That's kind of the point of it. But we're going to have some cool stuff over there. And there's also a few different tiers you can check out. We have a $1, $5, and $10 tier. Now, that is in USD, so please keep that in mind. Might be a little different in Canadian. I think it's like $1.37 or something in Canadian. So just please keep that in mind. Taxes and exchange rate and so forth. I have no control over that. So please don't bite my head off if you get charged like $2 or something for a $1 thing. I have no control over it. I get taxed too. It's all good. Don't worry. They get us all in the end, folks. But either way, I would really appreciate the support over on Patreon. I have a lot of fun ideas that I want to do for the Patreon, but I got to get to that $30 first. That's how it works. I get to that $30 a month, we can rock and roll, and you'll get a shout out on every single episode of the show, just like my boy, Mr. Scotty Duquette, who's been a long-time supporter of the show from day one, but also is a patron. So, Scott, thank you so very much for all the support, my man. It means the world to me. And if you want to get a shout-out like that, check out the Patreon. Even the $1 tier will get you a shout-out, and you'll also be included in a couple of other fun things like live streams, which, again, will happen whether I'm doing a live stream while I'm editing or I'm doing a live stream while I'm gaming. I don't know. Whatever. I might just come hang out with you guys and have a beer. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's what we're going to be doing over on the Patreon. Go check it out. I appreciate it. Or if you don't want to support the show financially, that is perfectly okay too. A simple share on the old social media means the world to me. Rating really helps. Take a second. Means the world to me. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in to this episode for here today. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you have learned about some kick-ass new bands. Go check all of those bands out. And with that, I'm going to sign off here today. Thank you so very much again for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time on The Harder Show. Take it easy, guys.